Hey guys, Tech Timmy here. So greetings from the beautiful Conrad Hotel in not so sunny Florida. I figured today would be a great time to do a video that I've been thinking about for a while, and that is hotel tech fails. So in this video, I'm going to cover 7 really lame hotel tech fails.
Oh boy, it's Tech Timmy time.
Okay, so this is kind of set the stage here a little bit. This is a transition day for me. So I've been at the Conrad here for a better part of a week, and I'm actually moving. So this is a Hilton hotel, which is a huge name, obviously. Shout out to Paris.
That's hot. That's really hot.
But there are some things with these hotels, even these nicer hotels that are between 4 and 5 stars, that are just so lacking from a tech perspective, particularly for hotels that are a little bit older. Obviously, the newer hotels have more of a little bit of a tech refresh, but some of these things are just like, they're no longer acceptable in 2025. So this is an overdue video for me. The disclaimer here is that place is a little bit of a mess right now because, like as I said, I'm in transition. I'm in the process of packing up, but I wanted to cover both hotels. So this again is owned by the Hilton. It's a Conrad. Next door, I'm actually moving next door in a little while over to the Atlantic Hotel, which is a private resort and spa. And I've stayed there before, and they actually have similar problems. So yeah, so without further ado, let's get, and I'm gonna order these, I'll order these from, I guess, the least offensive, what I feel least offensive to some of the most offensive. So stick around to the end of the video if you want to see the real juicy stuff. All right, let's go. All right, so I figure I'd start with just a quick little tour of the Conrad here, just to kind of show that this is not a Motel 6.
But when did you folks see the light?
On a trip to my sister's, I said, why waste money when we can stay at Motel 6, didn't I, hon?
So they have a nice bathroom situation here. They have a stand-up shower. And again, sorry, this is super messy, guys. They actually have a separate sit-down tub in here. It's a beautiful hotel, actually a really beautiful hotel. And this is I'm staying actually in an Airbnb, which is the only way I can afford this. Let's just take a walk down here. It's a nice little kitchen here. And then, so here's the, sort of the here's where the magic happens. So here's the sleeping quarters. And I have the little stand-up desk over here that I've created, or a mock stand-up desk that we'll get to in a little while. But let's get to offense number 1 here. And that is right here. So the lack of power outlets where you need them. So this is the bedside table, and there's an outlet here and an outlet here. So they have this sort of gangster clock, JBL clock from the early 80s here, and then this old school phone that is basically attached, using up both outlets next to the bed. Where do they expect me to plug in my phone? Well, so that's number 1. And just to kind of prove the point home, let's go back over in the kitchen. So it's crazy. So here we have outlet, and outlet. So 3 outlets, plenty of outlets in the kitchen. But where you really need it the most, right, is beside your bed. And no, so that's not gonna work. And then, so again, I'm back to my question about where am I gonna plug my phone in? Well, I think they would say, we use one of those USB type A ports. That's what they are right there. So USB type A. 2 old school USB type A ports, and I'm sure they do not adhere to the latest standard. So that is tech fail number 2, is USB ports. So tech fail number 1, lack of power outlets where you need them. Tech fail number 2, it's just this awful USB ports. So I'm going to actually solve both those problems with one little solution here, and that is, so this guy right here is a portable surge protector. This one I got from a company called VoltMe, but Anchor and others have similar ones. But this VoltMe thing has been worth its weight in gold because I not only get additional outlets, 5 additional outlets actually. And this is just obviously I did not connect this. I need another one actually to go beside the bed. But in addition to the 5 outlets, you also get 3 USB type C ports and 2 USB type A ports, and it's super fast charging. This thing has been, dare I say, game changer for my tech setup here. So yeah, so that's 1 and 2, and so let's get into the third one next. Okay, and while this next one is not the biggest offender, it's probably the one that I'm most proud of, that I think I found a kind of a cool solution to, and that is this guy right here. So this particular room does not have a separate workspace or a desk to work from. Most of the units in this hotel actually do have that, but this one does not. So if you find yourself in a similar situation, what I did was I basically hooked in my laptop using an HDMI cable that I ordered through DoorDash, strangely enough. I guess you can get staples on DoorDash, so I just basically put in a DoorDash order, and I connected that to the hotel TV. Keep that quiet if you would, guys. I'm not sure if that's allowed. And so what I did was I took the patio table off of the desk, which usually goes right there. I need to put it back very shortly. And I took this other little sitting thing from the bathroom, I guess it's a vanity stool, and put them on top of each other to create the standing desk. And I'm 6 feet tall. So this has been ideal for me, particularly as a back saver, because I always use a stand-up desk when I'm at home. So I would say if you have lack of an office space to work from, as being tech field, I believe we're on number 3, yeah, as being tech field number 3, this is an excellent solution. What's the solution? It is to use an HDMI cable to hook in your laptop into the hotel TV, and then to create sort of this stand-up desk situation. Also, I have taken so I have this Logitech MX Master Mini keyboard from home. And so I guess the other thing is, lack of sufficient computer equipment to work on when you're on the road. So we'll call that one number 4. And so I basically brought this great little mechanical mini keyboard. I just did an unboxing video on my channel if you're interested in checking that out. This thing, it's tiny. So there's my hand. I have pretty big hands. And so this is a mini mechanical keyboard. Fits nicely in the suitcase, very small footprint. And this is not a large table here, guys. This is kind of a small table. And I also brought my MX Master mouse with me as well. And of course, as I said, I have the VoltMe thing that I'm basically connecting my wired things into, including I have my Beats headphones here, so I don't disturb the neighbors if I'm listening to music or whatever while I'm working. And then connect the whole thing into the hotel room TV, and you have an epic workstation setup for travel. So let's call that one number 4. And number 5 is another juicy one, not the biggest offender. We're going to save that for number 7. Hopefully you guys will stick around to the end of the video to check that out. Also, now's probably a good time to say that I'll include affiliate links to all of these different things that I mentioned in the video if you're interested in checking them out. If you use the links, as I said, they're affiliate links, and all proceeds go to support the channel. Okay. On to hotel tech fail number 5. Let's go. Okay, tech fail number 5 is going to be a quick one. Speaking of hotel room TVs, and the main fail here is the fact that a lot of these chain hotels are still using old school televisions with their own sort of proprietary menu systems with no access to Netflix or Disney Plus or what have you. In my case, I basically just use my laptop for that, and I connect into Disney Plus, Amazon Prime, and Netflix and so forth. But this is I just think it's so lame that we're still dealing with this on demand where that guy Mario from Entertainment Tonight or whatever it is comes on, and he's basically trying to sell you on buying $30 movies.
Hey everyone, I'm Mario Lopez, and welcome to Must See Movies.
No bueno. And the cable situation here is you get 55 channels with basically nothing on them. It's just really sad. So in order to do streaming, you could potentially swap out your laptop HDMI for something like a Fire Stick. The only thing to watch for you, just call the hotel ahead of time and ask if they'll actually allow you to do that. Some hotels actually block external devices. Like I've had a hard time getting my ALEXA devices to play nice in these rooms. But you can also talk to hotel IT, and sometimes you can just have them add your MAC address to the network, either for your Fire Stick and or your ALEXA device, to make your hotel room smarter. But in terms of streaming, you can bring your external streaming stick and try and connect that into your hotel TV via HDMI, and then you're not looking at having to pay $30 for movies. The other similar trick to do there is download whatever movies. So as I said, I use my laptop, and that's another way to sort of beat this thing. But the other thing you can also do is download movies to your laptop, the ones that you want before you leave from home. Generally, the hotel Wi-Fi can be a little bit spotty. That's definitely the case with the Atlantic Hotel more than this one. This hotel has solid Wi-Fi. I find the hotel next door is definitely a little spotty. And I think what I'll do is we will save number 6 and 7 for the Atlantic, because the 7th one is more. Both of those are actually more specific to the Atlantic. So I'll see you over there next. Okay, so now I'm over at the Atlantic Hotel, which happens to be right next door to the Comrade. Similar tech fails here as well as what we saw over there. But first, I'll give you the quick tour, and what I'll do is I'll actually speed this up so that the video doesn't go too long. Let's go. Okay, so you have to pardon my mess again. I've been here for a better part of a day, but this is the majestic bathroom. They have a separate soaking tub like the Conrad, separate area for the toilet, which is interesting. This beautiful sink, and then a stand-up shower. Kind of cool on that. And then we'll come over here, and this is where the magic happens over here. But again, beautiful. And this one does have a desk, but not good for me because I need to do the stand-up desk thing. So I did that over here, and a little gangster on the ironing board. I couldn't really finagle 2 tables on top of each other, but still does the job. And I actually extended it even further by removing a couple of the desk drawers and putting it up there. Again, please don't tell the hotel. I'm gonna just shut the slider here to eliminate the background noise. And then as for the last 2 tech fails, so tech fail number 6 is, and it's kind of related actually, well, it is and it isn't. So tech fail number 6 is these sort of ghetto alarm clocks that they have here. And really, again, with no USB Type-C, this is A, and a couple of outlets. So I've got my, old school outlet sort of set up here to charge up my iPhone, and then also my Apple Watch charger is there. But this one, actually, the one at the Conrad was a JBL clock that also had plays music as well. Not the best sound. So the solution for the alarm clock is to use your phone, basically. That's really your best bet. I also carry a Fire tablet with ALEXA built in, so I can talk to her and get the weather and things when I'm away. Priceless on that. A lot of hotels, you won't be able to use your voice assistant because they do a block, and unless you talk to the IT department, they'll have to add Alexa's MAC address to the network for that. But so this is the solution to the sound issue, and this is a great little speaker. So this is the Ounce portable speaker from Cambridge Soundworks. And it's completely waterproof. I have gotten this thing soaking wet. I don't know if I'd submerge it necessarily, but I take it in the shower with me on the regular. It also acts as a great beach speaker. It's nice and light, super easy to pack. You can see it in my hand there. And then the sound quality is just phenomenal. They actually make a slightly larger one than this, and I'll bet sounds even better. So that is tech fail number 6, is the alarm clock, and then also sort of the speaker radio sound type situation. I use this to play my playlist from Pandora and also Apple Music and occasionally Amazon Music as well. So that is tech fail number 6. And last but not least, I saved the best for last as promised. And I don't have a solution for this with me, but what I will do is I will show you what I recommend, and that's this guy right here. This thing is super highly rated, and so it's the Wi-Fi problem. Sorry, my hand's a little shaky here, I guess. So the Wi-Fi problem is a real thing. Even at these newer hotels, the Wi-Fi is pretty terrible. So this guy right here is a travel router. You take it with you, and it extends the signal so you get superb coverage throughout your hotel room. And so that's basically it, guys. Those are my 7 tech fails. So there you have it, 7 hotel tech fails and how to solve them. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, if you wouldn't mind, give me a thumbs up. It helps out a lot. I even put on a clean shirt for this video, probably the first video I think I've ever done where I actually have a decent shirt on. It's only because I'm headed out to dinner. But if you like the video, got any value from it, if you wouldn't mind, give me a thumbs up. Helps out the channel a lot. I really appreciate it. And please consider subscribing for a fun take on tech. And I hope to see you in the next video. Cheers.